Thanos needed all 6 Infinity Stones to erase half of all life. He had to steal the power of the universe to do it, and yet one man climbed so high that Thanos became nothing in front of him. Not a god, not a titan, a footnote. This man was born human. No powers, no cosmic birthright, nothing. And he still found a way to sit above the gods. So this is not just a video about how strong Doctor Doom is, it is about why he may be the most dangerous mind, ruler, sorcerer, scientist, and god-level threat Marvel has ever created. But to understand how Victor Von Doom became this terrifying, we first need to briefly look at his origin. Victor Von Doom was born in Latveria, a small and broken country, into a poor Romani family. His mother was a witch whose hunger for power tied her soul to the demon Mephisto. His father was a healer who died in the freezing mountains protecting his son. So Victor grew up with one burning promise: he would never be powerless again. He studied science and dark magic side by side as tools for the same goal. He carried his genius to America and met a young Reed Richards. Reed looked at his machine, built to reach the world of the dead, and warned him the calculations were wrong. Victor refused to listen. The machine exploded, scarring his face and his pride forever. And he blamed Reed for all of it. Broken but not finished, he traveled to Tibet, trained under a hidden order of monks, and forged a suit of armor. He pressed the burning mask onto his own face, and when he returned to take the throne of Latveria, the world met him by a new name: Doctor Doom. This origin is already powerful, but Marvel will probably change parts of it in the movies since studios often adjust villain origins for stronger drama. That is why I kept it short. So let's get to the real question: how powerful is Doctor Doom? Let's get something out of the way first. In a straight fight, normal Doctor Doom does not beat Thanos. Thanos is a titan, an eternal born for war, in love with death itself. He shrugs off planet-cracking force, survives open space, and trades blows with cosmic gods. Even without the Infinity Gauntlet, he is a living disaster. With it, he would erase Doom with a single thought. So why even compare them? Because Doom's danger was never about muscle. Thanos punches gods. Doom studies them. He learns their secrets, then steals what makes them divine and bolts it onto his own throne. Think about it. Thanos needed all 6 Infinity Stones and the whole universe to hand him its power. Doom waits for no one. He has stolen or tried to steal the power of the Silver Surfer, of Galactus, even of the godlike Beyonders. And then there is the moment that broke the internet. In Secret Wars, a version of Doom who had become a god stood face to face with Thanos. The Mad Titan called him a weak god, a pretender, and told him to bow. Doom calmly asked if Thanos had the gauntlet on him. He did not, so Doom reached out and tore the entire skeleton from his body in a single instant. No stones, no gauntlet, just Doom. To be fair, not every version of Doom beats every version of Thanos, but Doom's ceiling is so absurd that even the Mad Titan can become a footnote in his story. Thanos was born a cosmic nightmare. Doom was born human, and still found a way to sit above him. Before we continue, I noticed that 97% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. So if you enjoy this kind of content, leaving a like and subscribing would mean a lot. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind later. Now enjoy the rest of the video. Let's start with what people see first: the armor. Doom's armor lets him fly, fire devastating energy blasts, and raise force fields that tank hits from the heaviest hitters. But here is what makes it terrifying. This is not just Iron Man-style technology. Doom weaves magic straight into the metal, so a hero who prepares for science gets hit with sorcery, and a hero who prepares for sorcery gets hit with science. Then there are the Doombots, robotic copies so advanced they have fooled the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and even his closest enemies. You might fight Doom, beat Doom, and unmask Doom, only to learn you never touched the real one. His tech goes far beyond combat. He has built platforms that let him walk through time and machines that tear open other dimensions. His entire country is a fortress wired with his designs, and his science can get truly horrifying. The Hulk, desperate to be free of Bruce Banner, begged the smartest minds alive to split them apart. They all failed. Doom did not. He performed brain surgery on the Hulk, carved Banner's mind out with a tool sharp enough to cut through a living legend, and grew Banner a fresh cloned body. He solved what defeated everyone else and made it look easy. But the armor is not Doom's greatest weapon. The mind inside it is. Doom's intelligence sits right beside Reed Richards, one of the smartest beings in all of Marvel. And that comparison eats at him every day, because Doom cannot accept that anyone, especially Reed, could ever be better than him. Here is what makes him so dangerous. Doom does not simply fight, he plans. He turns whole nations into pieces on a board. In Doom War, he goes after Wakanda, Earth's most advanced country, and not just with armies. He attacks with politics, nanotechnology, magic, and hostages at once. He seizes Wakanda's vibranium and ties himself to every scrap of it on Earth, forcing heroes and governments to move to a rhythm only he can hear. And his ambitions reach into reality itself. He has tried to steal the reality-warping power of the Scarlet Witch, a woman who once rewrote the world with a whisper. He has kidnapped the Purple Man, who can control any mind with a single word, then amplified it with a device called the Psycho Prism to bend the whole planet to his will. Most villains pick a lane, the genius scientist, or the dark sorcerer. Doom refuses to choose, and his magic is every bit as frightening as his science. Remember his mother, the witch whose soul was taken by Mephisto? That darkness was in his blood from the start. Doom grew into one of the most powerful sorcerers on Earth. He studied under the ancient sorceress Morgan Le Fay, even traveling back to the Age of Camelot to tear secrets out of history. In the story Triumph and Torment, Doom enters a brutal magic contest against Doctor Strange and fights to the final stage. Strange wins, barely. But instead of breaking, Doom earns something greater. He convinces the Sorcerer Supreme to help him storm Mephisto's hell to free his mother's tortured soul. Doom walks into the realm of a demon lord and walks back out alive. Then came the moment that changed everything. In Bloodhunt, an army of vampires blotted out the sun and drowned the world in eternal darkness. Doctor Strange, beaten and out of options, did the unthinkable. He handed Doom the full power and title of Sorcerer Supreme. Doom saved the world. He drove back the darkness and brought back the sun, and then, when it was time to return the power, he refused. He kept the crown of the strongest magic user alive, and in one world under Doom, he used it to take a giant step toward ruling everything. Now the scariest thing about Doctor Doom? It is not his armor or his magic. It is his will. Think about the Purple Man again. His word turns most people into puppets. Doom met that power and turned it into a tool. In Emperor Doom, he uses it to conquer the entire world. And here is the unsettling part. Crime drops, wars stop, the world becomes safer than ever. The only thing missing is freedom. Because Doom does not believe he is a villain. He truly believes the best future for humanity is a world ruled by him. We even got proof. During Doom War, the Panther god Bast looked into Doom's soul and saw every crime, every death, every sin, but Bast saw something else. Doom was not lying. All the way down, he genuinely believed he would make the world better. And because he believed it so completely, Bast let him reach the sacred power he was hunting. And yet, under all that iron certainty, there is one crack: Reed Richards. When Sue Storm nearly died giving birth, it was Doom who saved her and her child. But he demanded a price: the right to name the baby. He named her Valeria, and forced Reed to live forever knowing Doom had succeeded where he failed. And this is where Doom and every other villain split apart. Most villains are a man. Doom is a country. He rules Latveria, and that throne is a weapon all on its own. It hands him armies, resources, laboratories, and something even more powerful: diplomatic immunity. You cannot simply arrest the leader of a sovereign nation. Here is the part that makes him so hard to stop. Many of his own people love him. To them, he is no monster. He is the protector who finally brought them order and safety. Doom does not want the world to burn. He does not want chaos. He wants control. By now, you might notice a pattern, and it is the key to Doctor Doom. He does not see gods, he sees resources. Look at the list: the power cosmic of the Silver Surfer, the power of Galactus, the power of the Beyonder, a being that treated all of reality like a toy, the reality-warping force of the Scarlet Witch, the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme, and the power of the Beyonders themselves. Do you see it now? To everyone else, these powers are holy and untouchable. To Doom, every god and every crown is just one more thing waiting to be taken. That ultimate nullifier leads somewhere deeper than a power feat. It is one of Marvel's most feared objects. In the right hands, it does not just kill, it erases. A weapon like that tells you exactly how high Doom is willing to reach. But the real horror of Doctor Doom has nothing to do with weapons. In his 2019 series, Doom is confronted with the idea of a better Doom, a version of himself who, in a kinder world, chose to be good. You would think that might inspire him. It does the opposite. He cannot stand it. Because deep down, his real enemy was never Reed Richards. It is the unbearable thought that he could have been better and chose this instead. And now we reach the moment everything has been building toward. the single highest point Doctor Doom has ever touched. In Secret Wars, the entire multiverse begins to die. Universe after universe slams together in events called incursions, and reality itself starts to burn out. The Avengers try to stop it. The Illuminati, Earth's smartest minds, try to stop it. They all fail, everything ends. Almost everyone dies, but not Doom. In the final moments before reality collapses, Doom, Doctor Strange, and the reality-bending Molecule Man face the Beyonders, the very creatures destroying it all. And Doom does what Doom always does. He takes their power. With that stolen godhood, he reaches into the shattered pieces of 1,000 dead universes and stitches them into one patchwork planet called Battleworld. Then he crowns himself its god, God Emperor Doom. This is not a metaphor. On Battleworld, Doom is worshipped as the literal creator. An army of Thors serves as his holy enforcers. And most personal of all, Doom rewrites reality so that Sue Storm is his wife and Franklin and Valeria are his children. He did not just defeat Reed Richards, he erased Reed and stepped into his entire life. And how powerful is a god like this? When Cyclops rose against him burning with the Phoenix Force, that fire melted Doom's armor onto his skin. It bought Cyclops a few seconds. Then Doom snapped his neck. When Thanos challenged him, Doom tore out his skeleton. He even crushed a Black Panther wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. The Phoenix, Thanos, the Gauntlet, all brushed aside like dust. So how do you beat a god? You do not with power. In the end, it was not strength that brought Doom down. It was the one crack that was always there. Standing in front of Reed Richards, the man he had spent his whole life hating, Doom finally admitted the words he could never say, that Reed would have done a better job, that Reed would have built a better world. And the instant those words left him, his godhood cracked. The Molecule Man took the stolen power and placed it into Reed's hands, and the reign of God Emperor Doom was over. Doom can become a god, but he can never escape the one thing that made him Doom, the need to prove he is better than Reed Richards. So now I want to hear from you. If you made it this far, drop a like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment. On a scale from 1 to 10, how high is Doctor Doom's hype level for you? And be honest, do you think Doom will finally surpass Thanos in the MCU? You can watch more of my videos from the playlist on the screen right now. See you in the next video.